Gentlemen No Class is proud to be a part of the HC Universal Network. Gentlemen No Class is produced, mixed, and edited by M5 Studios.
This podcast contains explicit language and is intended for adult audiences. The views and opinions of Gentlemen No Class are strictly for comedic purposes and should not be taken literally. For instance, like this disclaimer. Now grab yourself a pint and enjoy.
That was real fucking loud.
Loud, actually.
I thought something popped, like, I thought something exploded.
And welcome to another episode of Gentlemen No Class.
You're a fucking pathetic cunt.
The podcast when the going gets weird, the weird turn pro. I'm Jake.
And I'm Rob.
Yeah.
And this
I
guy.
guess it's Paul.
Yeah, on some days. And like or not, gentle ladies and
Paulie
gentlemen.
Walnuts over here.
Oh my God.
too soon.
Breaking my heart.
Yeah, so we just found out. Paul came into the podcast talking about how
Breaking hearts.
Yeah.
Paulie Walnuts passed away.
And what he did was
Who the fuck is
His-
Paulie Walnuts?
man, like just
Paulie from Sopranos.
such a memorable character in the Sopranos. Like how could you not? I mean, I don't know, just his hair, his mannerisms,
the streaks,
his who
streaks
he
of
is,
black,
like
yeah.
his character, like it just, he was just he stole scenes sometimes, you know, like he just.
He
Oh,
was,
man.
yeah,
I told you
fan
all
favorite.
already, like, he was my favorite character. And I didn't
Yeah.
watch The Sopranos that much, but he was my
Right.
favorite character on The
Yeah.
Sopranos.
There he is.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of my store.
Nah, he was great. Then we had another passing earlier this week of James Caan, whatever,
Yeah.
however you say his last name. I always say
James
Caan.
Caan.
Yeah. Sonny from The Godfather. So like, you know, what you said earlier,
Yeah.
it was a
Bad week for mobsters.
yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, yeah.
next?
That's hilarious.
It's funny because most people don't remember him from The Godfather because, I mean, most millennials
Right,
don't.
no,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And most people remember him from, like, Elf. You know what I mean?
Elf, yeah, and
Elf.
Eraser.
Eraser.
Yeah, he was
Eraserhead?
the villain, an Eraser.
The
David
one
Lynch?
with Schwarzenegger?
Yes. What? Are you kidding me? He was the main villain.
Oh,
I haven't seen that movie
yeah,
in
he
fucking
was.
forever.
Yeah.
yeah, of course. His fucking shoulders and shit.
Yeah.
You know, his son,
Scott.
Scott Can.
Yeah, he's great too.
Yeah, he was Tweeter in Varsity Blues.
Yeah. Yes,
Oh, was he really?
Yeah.
He was in,
Was he in Knockaround Guys as well?
Yeah, he was in Knockaround Guys also.
Ocean.
Oh, yeah, he was in the
series,
Ocean
too.
series
Yeah,
also.
Him
Him
the
and
brothers.
Casey Affleck.
Yeah, they're fucking great, man.
Yeah.
Wow. It's crazy.
No, he
What?
was not in Knockaround Guys.
No, you sure?
No, he
Oh,
was
I thought
not.
he was.
He was not.
Hmm.
I can see
I
why
need
you
somebody
would
to
think,
look that
but
up.
Trust me.
Nah,
he wasn't.
I know you had that shit on repeat back in high school.
Yeah.
No, but
Very
I
much.
could have sworn he was in there, but whatever. So, what's going on, guys? We missed 1 week of the podcast because someone had to watch Stranger Things.
Oh yeah.
Like, I couldn't do it today because
You
of Stranger
know,
Things.
Oh, I promised my wife.
You know,
so.
yeah, exactly. I was
Happy-
gonna,
happy
I was
wife,
gonna,
happy
I was gonna
life.
say no, not just that. When you said that, when I read that text, and I just, you know, I don't know, man. Like, I just felt to do something like that with somebody you care about, like it just, I don't know, like it just seems like a lot. And
Well,
just
it's
like
not,
I'm
it's
just
not
saying,
that much.
no, like, well, no, it just seemed,
I'm just sitting down watching.
it just seemed beautiful. Like it really does. Like the
I
shared
appreciate.
time.
Well, I mean, I
like,
appreciate
the-
y'all
you know,
understanding that
doing,
like that
you
was
know,
something that we
yeah.
wanted to
Yeah, I
do.
didn't pull a
mean-
Rob and give him
it
shit
seems
for
like
it.
it means something
Like,
to you
but
guys.
you promised us to
You-
podcast.
No,
you
I
know,
didn't. I mean, I just.
Well, obviously it means something because
did.
you what's it called?
I totally get
You
it.
postponed the podcast to do that.
I
and
didn't
you
postpone the
promised, and
podcast.
like so that says a lot.
He just. I mean, he did not say we're not podcast. He just said
I
he
just
wasn't
said
going
I
to be part
couldn't
of it.
do it. Y'all could have podcasted
Yeah,
without
that's
me.
a fair point. That is a fair point.
Y'all could always podcast without me. Y'all
But-
just don't.
We just don't.
Yeah,
You're the Elmer. that holds this bond
I'll
together.
ramble on way too much if just me and Jacob. And I'll
Do you
just
consider him
hijack.
the Elmer's glue or the Gorilla Glue holding this podcast together?
Who?
I'm the gorilla
Rob.
glue, baby.
Look at the beard.
Yeah. No, yeah,
gorilla.
not just regular gorilla
Or
like
3M super glue.
industrial fucking
Some,
gorilla glue.
Bondo, not Bondo. JB Weld.
Oh yeah, yeah.
JB
JB
Weld.
Weld. That
Little
little
ultra clip,
little
yeah.
automotive.
Yeah.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
what do we got going on? I think that we talked about this right before we started this show, but I think it deserves some recognition. And I don't know if this what it says like about our society or anything like that, but like when people tell you that like like when you lose weight and you're and they're like, "Oh man, you look fantastic." Like it's like you're worth more as a person. Like the thinner you get or whatever, something like that. You know what I mean? Like, how come you can't say, "Hey man, you look great," or like, "It's really good to see you when you're just normal." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I know what it's like to like hardcore diet and shit like that, and be that committed and lose the weight. But like, my man over here has been shedding the lbs, and
Jacob
you do
looks
look
fucking
sexy.
Thank you. Yeah.
Capital
So
X.
the contrast is just
Well, that gives me a
man.
little bit more oomph, into my
you're doing
regiment.
fucking great, man.
Thank you,
Keep it
thank you.
going, man. Please.
Yeah, you keep it up, you're gonna get a little bit more oomph from somebody else too.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Nice.
Hell yeah, no lube, please. I need to burn some
Fucking-
calories, so I want a little bit more effort.
Kind of going back to like the weight loss thing, like in social media.
Yeah.
Like, it kind of goes to show like when people or like tell a story like they lost out of weight. That's good. It's great. It's very inspiring and to others to do so. And for me, like, I think about that as like, yeah, that's great. But to me, it seems kind of sad, or I don't know. Like, it's just a way in this country, like it's just a reflection of like how good we have it, or as far as like access to food and all this other stuff. And like, it's easy to, just fucking go to a drive-through and just go fucking nuts.
It's hard.
And,
it's hard for me to find something healthy when I'm on the go, and that's what I notice.
It's all trial and error. You got to figure out as you go.
Yeah. That's. I mean, I've been doing keto for 2 years almost now, and I find that like I have meals and certain things that I know that I can eat and that I know that where I can get them. And honestly, like, it was easier for me to start doing intermittent fasting because like it was one less meal to have to worry about planning out, you know what I mean? And like, it's one less meal worth of calories to find and shit like that. And yeah, but I get what you're saying. Like, when you're out, like you walk into a store to like, so I always, you're looking at calories. Like, I always look at carbs.
Right.
And whenever I walk into somewhere to like buy a snack or something like that, you really start to realize just how like fucked all the food in
really
this world is.
process.
It's just everything's high calorie or high carb. Like, there's very few quote unquote healthy options.
You really have to read the labels and what you're getting into, because a lot of it seems like it's misleading, and it's like fucking illusion. It's like, okay, they always say like no fat, zero fat, blah blah blah, and but it's loaded with sugars, and truth be told, and it's, I don't know, like misconception or just ill-informed in society, healthy fat is good for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Healthy fat can help you lose weight. You need fat.
Yeah, that's
But
the
it's
basis of
it's
keto.
just- exactly. There's a difference between healthy fats and bad fats. It just, the bad fats just sit there and like mainly with sugar, it doesn't really know where to go and process it, so it just stores and becomes, you get a gut. And it just starts,
Well, the
and goes
problem
from
is
there.
that with fats in general is that your body will burn carbs fast for energy,
Yeah.
right? So you have to balance it out. Like, if you're taking in less calories than your body's burning, you're gonna lose weight. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just that's all the dieting
universal,
really
yeah.
is. But when you're talking about good fats and bad fats and stuff like that, no matter what kind of fats you take in, if you're having a bunch of carbs,
Yeah.
your body has a really hard time burning fat. So if
Right.
it has carbs and sugar to burn for instant energy, that's what it's going to burn.
Yeah.
And then when it doesn't, all that other stuff, the fat is easily stored.
Yeah.
So like when you're dieting, like the whole idea is like you're burning off those carbs fast, but you have to output. You have to burn off more calories than you're consuming, right?
Yeah.
That's you run a calorie deficit. That's any diet. That's how you lose weight. The idea behind the keto diet is that you are limiting your carb intake to the point where your body goes into a state of ketosis. That's where the term comes from,
Right.
which is your body burning its fat reserves for energy. So basically, you're taking in most of your calories, 70% of your calories in the day are from fat.
Oh.
And then, so you get your body used to burning fat. And then once it starts burning that fat all the time, then you're just shredding weight, no matter if you're running a
Right.
calorie deficit or not,
Ah.
because it's your body won't process all that fat that
Yeah.
you're eating anyway. So you'll and then it's just going to keep burning fat. Like, cause
Yeah.
it once it's in that process, like you're just fueling the fire.
Okay. It's almost like
You don't want your body burning muscle because it will do that also.
Yeah, yeah, we don't lose that. It feels like it's like you're hitting a sweet spot, and just and going from there. Yeah, okay, yeah.
You know,
it makes sense.
The best thing is like when you go to a grocery store, you just stay away from the aisles. Just shop around the grocery store. All the shit that's the meats, you're doing keto, the cheeses,
That's a
almond
good
milk.
point. I like
If
that.
you stay the shit out of the aisles, that's where all the fucking nasty shit is. And
Like-
I mean, I'm no dietitian or I'm barely on this, but
Dietitian.
I'm just learning as I go.
Yeah, but I mean,
well.
the thing is like you obviously know what works because it's working.
Right.
Water's a big thing. It's like making
Yes.
sure you drink enough
A
water.
lot of water.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you have good,
beer.
There's water in beer.
Yeah. Hey, thank you.
reputable
You're
grocery chain like HEP.
Yeah.
Like they actually do. They put in like a lot of the, a lot of the work as far as like seeking for like certain diets or whatever. Like
Oh, yeah, they do a great job
They
of
do a
that.
great job. Like they're an amazing company. Like they
They have this thing called
Kroger
meal time or simple meal or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that, and it's already
like
prepped. and
you go to Kroger, it's not the
it's
same
lazy.
fucking thing. Like they don't give a shit about that.
No,
They
it
go
should be
that
pretty
extra step and just just I don't know. Like that reflection shows like what the company's about. Like
Absolutely.
they actually care about their customers and want to provide products
Yeah,
that,
healthy,
that
fresh
It's
options.
hard to find. It really is. Like it just like you said, it's all in the aisles and all that stuff, and it's just oh god, it just yeah,
Absolutely.
loaded with sugar, man.
Yeah. And you know what's funny is that you can read about this online. There was for the I forget when it started, but the sugar industry had this long running smear campaign against fats.
Yeah.
It was all the fats making you fat. You don't want fat on your
Yeah,
body.
right.
Don't put it in your mouth. And it was sugar, nobody say anything about sugar because the sugar lobbyists were honestly, that's what it was. Like it was the sugar industry, the sweets and candies and stuff like that. They were lobbying for misinformation. And then all these scientific research studies came out and they were like, it's not your body really needs these fats for certain things.
Yeah.
It's really the sugar that's getting you. Like the sugar is making you retain weight and put weight on. And because it's just it's no nutrients and it's all calories.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's delicious.
It's delicious,
Yeah.
don't get me
But
wrong,
I mean,
Yeah, and when it comes to that, the what's it called, the sugar and all that stuff. What is it? I was reading this one book, explaining that basically that I don't know. It's just like it's like you said. It's just demonized, and we need healthy fats. Like there's nothing wrong with that, or it's necessary for the body.
Necessary?
Necessary?
Yeah,
Yeah.
to retain and it's just healthy fats, and also a lot of you get some products like it says no fat or 95 90% fat free all that shit. Well, in order for them to make it palatable, because like those products, it's loaded with sugar. Like when every time you see anything like that no fat or blah 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 all that shit, it's fucking loaded with sugar to make it taste fucking good.
Yeah.
That's the only way it works. It's fucked up. But yeah, it's just it's lobbyists, like you said, Rob.
Yeah, there's an
agenda, man.
There's an agenda behind everything.
Yeah.
You can't anything you see on the media, like an advertisement telling you something and it sounds too good to be true or too bad to possibly exist. Just ask who's making the money on it.
Right.
Ask yourself.
Yes.
What does that remind me of? What is that from Rush Hour 2, where he's like, follow the rich white guy. That's how you follow the rich white guy. See who's getting rich at the end of the trail. That's where you go to solve the crimes.
Right. So, it makes sense.
It does make sense. Put that in my everyday life.
Yeah, follow the rich white guy.
Yeah.
Try to get some money off him.
Succeed in life.
And learn from him. See what he's doing. I want to know what he knows.
So, talking about stuff that other stuff that's happened. It looks like Elon's backing out of the Twitter deal. Did you see that?
Really?
Yeah.
I thought there actually was. I mean, I don't understand. Like,
I didn't read the whole story.
Well, okay, like initially, like it was like 2-3 months ago. I thought he actually bought Twitter. I mean,
majority control.
So
he's got okay.
So what the deal was he offered to buy Twitter for $44 billion, but there were stipulations with it, right?
Yeah.
So he had to come up with the money, which he has, but he had to come up with the money, the capital cash to buy it, right? So, but he didn't want to like just sell all his, a bunch of Tesla stock or whatever to get it. So it came with stipulations. He was like, I'll buy it, but I need to know how many fake bot accounts are on Twitter. And they were like, okay, we'll do a study and we'll give you an estimated percentage. And they were like, oh, it's less than 5%. And then he went and looked at the study and he was like, you only pulled like 100 accounts or 50 accounts or something like that. And
Jesus.
Yeah, he was like, no, I want to know how many bot accounts are on Twitter. Yeah. And the Twitter executives could not give him a number because they don't know. You know what I mean?
Because it's a whole bunch.
Yeah, because he wanted to buy Twitter to, as a freedom of speech kind of thing. But like he had certain stipulations built into that. And now he's saying that he doesn't want to buy it because it's not the product that he thought it was when he made the offer.
You have these marketing businesses that you pay them X amount of dollars and they'll get you followers.
Oh yeah, because they make a bunch of fake accounts.
Exactly. So it's like I think I wouldn't say majority of them are bots, but a good percentage. I would say definitely north of 5.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Damn, man.
That's why I don't do the Twitter thing. I mean, I know a lot of people do, but I don't know how to do it.
I should stay away from that for sure.
And actually, I think I want you on it. I want to see you on it.
I would start shit.
Yeah, I think that's
like,
that's
well,
I think it would be bad.
Shit,
I think it would be bad for your mental health.
Well, yes, exactly. The thing is, I when I say start shit, like I'm just gonna be me. I'm like not I'm not trying to be an asshole. Like I'll just do what I do. Can't be an asshole
if you already are one.
And the mental health thing. But the thing is, like, however, like if I was to do it, and like of course there's gonna be negative responses and remarks or whatever. Honestly, that doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
I mean, like, they don't know me.
Negativity makes the world go round.
Like that's just who they are. And it's just the way it is.
I
like,
had to focus that camera.
Yeah.
But when you do it, it like zooms all
the
way.
It
like zoomed in on your chin.
Oh,
right
nice.
And then I accidentally hit the button all the way down so it froze you in place.
Nice. That's my good spot.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But you're in focus now, so.
Oh
shit.
It's like the camera's really trying to get out of focus because it doesn't like being in focus with Paul.
Sounds about right.
So next weekend
This
is
weekend, next weekend, next weekend.
next.
Sorry,
not
you're
this.
right.
It better not be this.
I'm talking about when we dropped this for the
Yeah.
interwebs.
Oh
it'll
well, I
consider
mean,
be
this is live
weekend.
streaming right now.
I
So
guess, on the 15th.
Yeah,
the
all right.
weekend of the
Who the fuck
15th.
is
weekend of the
watching
15th.
it?
Frack and Friends was just watching it.
Nice, Caleb, my baby.
So yeah. So next weekend is Comicpalooza. We'll be out there hanging out. And
plan.
yeah, there's a lot of cool people coming out there. So we were going to talk about some of the.
Not Edward James almost, because he backed out.
Oh, did he really?
Really?
He did.
Oh,
Stand and deliver.
Fucking Alice
He's
Cooper,
just standing. He's not delivering. Alice Cooper will be there, yeah.
Terry
We're not
Crews.
worried.
Terry
Worthy.
Crews, yeah.
Terry Crews. You think he'll put me in a headlock?
I think if you pay him enough money, he will.
What if I like? What if I tell him like try to bribe him with a sexual favor? Would he-
$140
Yeah, no,
bucks.
get the tongue out.
Get the oh yeah. Well, no, just
With
say
that bad boy.
he's gonna make us. He's gonna throw a woke moment at us
Oh,
because
yeah?
he did that whole Me Too movement.
You should bring a T-shirt that says #MeToo and have him sign it.
Oh yes, that'd be great.
Damn,
Ultra no-class
Terry.
style.
Damon,
Yeah.
Damon, I think from next Friday
Oh,
to next, or
God.
next, yeah, Friday
Damon.
yeah.
Just
Man.
walk up to him and be like, "What's up, OG? Triple OG?"
Honestly, I feel like Comicpalooza peaked like 2-3 years ago. It seemed. Oh, I only say that because of COVID. COVID
It's
just
hard to come
knocked
out.
it down.
It's hard for anything to
and-
come back to where it was
yeah,
at.
yeah,
after,
yeah.
before
It's
COVID.
understandable. Yeah, of
You know what I
course.
mean?
Yeah.
And then last year they didn't have the second floor open. They had a
Yeah.
Dr. Seuss thing, and that was so they kind of overbooked or whatever.
Dr.
This year they are going to have the second floor open. They're
Yeah,
going
it's
to have
gonna
wrestling.
be a full. They
Yeah.
have some wrestlers up there. They're gonna have
Ryan gonna be there? Oh, did you have
Ryan wants to go. Yeah, what you want?
Yeah, seltzer, please.
I hope you like peach because that's all we got.
Peach is
That's
pretty good.
Fine with me, baby.
I think it has like that,
Ain't complaining.
like it's a little tart at the beginning when you
I
take
think
it.
they're all a little tart, but I like that about them.
Tart.
So who else is gonna be there?
Robert
Word.
Patrick.
Oh, that's right, the
Yes,
Terminator.
the ZDs. Hey, how you doing, Rob? I got 40. You're 40 ZDs in.
Yeah.
How
I have no idea what you're talking
So what
about.
happened
It's
was
mob
there's this-
code.
there's this-
Explain, yeah.
in a Soprano episode, this guy's a degenerate gambler. He freaking gambles
Salud.
his business away. So they doing this poker game in a hotel, and he's Robert Patrick's in there. His characters, and he's doesn't have any money, so he's taking a couple boxes of ziti, and that's slang for a couple thousand. A box of ziti is like 1,000 or 5, whatever.
Yeah.
So-
No, I think it's a grand.
It's a
yeah.
grand. So
Yeah.
Tony wakes up from his, siesta, and he's like, "Hey man, is he still in? Like, how much is he in for?" He's like, "He's in for 45 boxes of ziti." He said, "You okay the 13 of them or something like that?" And then
Oh,
I do
man.
remember that episode.
It's fucked up, man.
and then
Isn't he
Richie,
like a
he's in
business
season
owner or
3.
something
Yeah,
like-
he's
yeah,
sports,
he
sporting
owns
goods.
Sporting goods store, that's
yeah.
right.
And then Richie Aprile comes in, and he's like, the balls on this guy, and he's like,
Because he owes him
him
money too. Yeah.
So like he's playing with Tony's money, and he owes Richie money. This guy's a fucking degenerate. But so I would like to go with the box of ZD and see if he'll sign it. Which I think
He won't
would.
know what you're talking about.
It doesn't matter. I
It
know.
doesn't matter.
So,
Do it anyway.
so who else?
All right, so who else is going to be there?
The Galleria. I
somebody
want
from
him
the
to say
Magicians.
the
Gal-
Galleria.
Who?
I just want him to say the Galleria.
Galleria.
Because he had a little twang in that in Terminator, like, oh, John Connor at the Galleria. No, you don't remember? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, the Galleria. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
No, you know you don't. Shut the hell up.
I do.
I think that you should. I think
As
that
a
you should
robot.
ask him to do the from Peacemaker to do
Oh.
the headlights
The headlights, yeah.
with the pelvic thrust with it.
That's the best intro to anything.
Yeah.
It really-
Fucking John Cena redeemed himself.
John
man.
Cena,
I,
man.
he
yeah.
didn't. I mean, there was nothing to redeem. I mean, like I didn't
Well,
think he needed redemption.
Well, he's not The Rock, right? But then, obviously The Rock is.
I only say that because, like, I'm a Marine.
I'm a Marine.
I'm a Marine.
Oh, okay. Well,
But he
Yeah.
did damn well in Peacemaker.
I
I
liked
thought
him
it
in
was-
Trainwreck, man. I thought he was fucking hilarious, man.
Peacemaker or Peacekeeper?
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker, yeah.
Yeah.
I get that mixed up with that George Clooney, Nicole Kidman movie. the Peacekeepers.
The Peacekeeper.
I think.
Peacekeepers.
I don't know. Who else is going to be there?
Fucking diabolical.
Homelander.
Speaking of which, yes.
Homelander and Kamiko will be
And
there.
Yeah,
That's
damn.
big for
Yeah.
Comicpalooza, man. That's
I was surprised that I was really surprised that they got Anthony Starr to be. Is that his name? Anthony Starr?
Yeah, I think so. Star, I think his last name.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think that. Homelander. I was really surprised they got Homelander and not like Frenchie and Kamiko, who was like who would you? That's who you would expect, right?
Right.
Especially when they blew their whole wad on Terry
Frenchie.
Crews. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Because you know it's budgeted. They're like, all right, we have so many dollars to get celebrities here.
Right.
Who were we going to go big with? And they went big and they got Terry Crews and Alice Cooper. That's fucking massive.
Yeah.
All right. So it's like, then who do you get? And they got these people from this show, The Magicians. I looked it up. Apparently it's a decent enough show. Like it's got a pretty good following.
Really?
I didn't recognize any of the people on there. But they're also having, who else is going to be on there?
I'm gonna find out right now. I know there's.
I know that our good friends over at Eureka
Oh,
Heights
fucking,
made a brand new beer just for this.
Nice. Whatchamacallit, whichever doctor he is, but you know when Doctor Who came back in 2005, he was the
Christopher
doctor.
Eccleston.
Eccleston, yes.
Yeah, he's
that fucking
the
he-
bad guy from.
He's the
Gone in 60 Seconds.
he is the 10th Doctor.
The 10th
No,
Doctor?
Yes, he's the 10th Doctor. I want to say.
Okay.
You make some.
Sure.
You steal some cars. You,
make
make
some
some
money,
money.
you
When
be a
it
big
rains, it
brother.
pours.
No, it never rains, but it pours.
yeah, there we go. Thank you.
Pause, yeah. So this
Fucking-
thing with my brother is done. Finished.
Oh, and Jackie Earl
Doing it.
Haley.
Finished. Yeah, Jack Earl. The Jack
Oh,
Earl Haley.
really?
And then your Twin
Your-
Peaks guy.
Tom
Oh,
McLaughlin.
yeah, my baby.
Talk about somebody's getting a blowjob. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go up to
I'll
him.
watch from a distance too.
I'm gonna
you
go
know?
up to him like I'm a huge fan of
How
your.
you gonna watch from a distance when you got front row seat, buddy?
Nice, you fucking.
Like I'm gonna go up to him like, dude, I love your best work in the Flintstones. I'm gonna see what kind of look you're gonna give me.
Like
You should dress up like his character from the Flintstones.
Not even that. With striptease, he
did
was
striptease?
He was like the villain. Yeah.
Oh, so Eureka Heights made their Comic
Or no,
Palooza ale is
Not striptease. The one with from what's her name? Elizabeth
Multiverse
Berkley.
of Nonsense.
Oh, that's cool. That is cool.
Yeah,
actually.
Multiverse of Nonsense, a preposterous golden ale. So we'll be walking around and imbibing a few of those, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure it's gonna be in my caloric deficit
What the fuck is it?
plan.
What's her name?
Who? What are you talking? Halle Berry?
Salma Hayek,
Saved by the Bell.
Oh, you talking about Showgirls?
Tiffany Amber
Show-
Thiessen.
Elizabeth Berkley.
That's the movie.
Showgirls,
Yeah. He
yes,
was
yes.
in there. Yeah, he was an asshole, man. Blue Velvet. What kind of beer you like? Heineken. Heineken. Fuck that shit. Pabst.
Sergeant Slaughter's
Rabbit.
gonna be there.
What?
Yeah, Sergeant
No.
Slaughter. Yeah, the Hall of Famer, Sergeant Slaughter.
I didn't see that.
Yeah,
When
they
did
must-
they announce that?
I don't know. That's awesome though.
Oh, and then a bunch of people from Stargate SG-1. No one cares.
You're not a big fan of Stargate?
Ultra nerds.
I like Stargate. I like the movie.
movie.
The movie
was
with Val,
great,
Val
yeah.
Kilmer, right?
No, Kurt Russell.
Kurt
Nah,
Russell, that
yeah.
same shit. And then what's his name from Pretty in Pink, I think, or The Blacklist? What's his name?
Oh yeah. The translator or the I don't know,
You know
like
what
the
I'm talking
doctor or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That guy's great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know his name. But
I know
whatever.
what you're talking about. He's great.
So Comicpalooza.
You know, yeah.
It's usually,
Yeah.
I do miss the times.
He's
when
the ninth. Christopher Eccleston is the ninth Doctor.
Okay, then.
Sorry.
Well,
Go on.
good fan check.
Go
No.
on, Jacob.
No, it's just I miss the times in Comicpalooza when it used to be a 4-day event. You know, it was
What?
like
When was it a 4-day event?
before.
Three.
Yeah, no, it was Friday, Saturday,
For
Sunday,
us.
Monday. Yeah, it was during the Memorial Day weekend a lot of the times. And
Yeah.
they would do
I
the
thought it was
Friday.
always on Mother's Day weekend.
Then they did Mother's Day weekend. People got pissed off because like it's Mother's Day week and yada yada yada. And it seems like they're pushing more into
Damn.
the summer. But I for the longest time it was always Memorial Day weekend. And I remember, Paul and I would just take the day off on Friday. Well, Paul didn't have a job at the time. I did.
No, I
Just
did.
kidding, I was kidding.
Bullshit.
And then we would go and just fucking
we
fucked
no
up,
we
man.
would start early. We would go 10 a.m. to the
IHOP.
fucking
No,
yeah.
we'll go to IHOP. We'll
Yeah.
get some breakfast.
Yeah, and then we hit the liquor store at 10 a.m. and get some fucking
a bottle of Crown,
just
a big
yeah.
liter of Crown.
Yeah, we. Yeah, it was
And
awesome.
then, we'll just pound it at Comicpalooza.
Yeah.
And it was the best time yelling at kids.
Yeah,
This is before the
You get
podcast.
fucking turbo drugs, because we the liquor store was like in the hood. You're in the hood when you go to the liquor store and they have to go cups
No, the
with
setups.
ice.
They ask
the
you
setups.
they ask you if you want to have a setup.
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, damn right I want a setup. Like,
yeah.
come on.
Oh
Yes.
God, damn! Don't do
I forgot
that
about
again.
the button. All right, sorry.
Nice.
You're dead weight.
So this
Yeah,
year they're
what's
actually
Josh
having
up
like
to?
a dance off apparently or something like
What?
that.
Damn.
On Friday,
Sonny.
Friday. I know maybe not a dance off, but they're gonna have like it's like a club theme type
Oh,
deal
fuck
event.
that.
They're also gonna have
Oh,
wresling.
Fuck that.
They're also gonna have
nice, Rob.
this werewolf game. I never heard of it or played it. Ultimate Werewolf. That's what it's called. You ever
Is
heard
that
of
like?
it? It's like a
Is
card
that
game.
like? Oh, it's a card
I
game.
think it's a card game.
Oh.
I could be wrong, but they
Yeah.
have like introduction to Ultimate Werewolf, and they'll have like
That sounds
Yeah.
workshops. If you
Anybody
wanna-
who's in the Ultimate Werewolf
Hey,
fandom, like,
no.
I'm sorry if I offend
No.
you, but it sounds stupid.
just because it's not your cup of tea, man, or your cup of seltzer, people are thinking the seltzer drinker is stupid because he's drinking seltzer.
Yeah, well, they can.
Is
Both of them.
Colt 45 gonna be
Colt
there?
45, yes, they are.
Yeah.
It's a fuck stick, huh?
Yeah, there you go. A fuck stick,
Nice.
huh?
That was crisp like cake.
Crispy like a cake. Man.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
man, I
beautiful.
forgot
I
about
want a
this
cake.
one. I forgot about.
Got some cake.
Drink it in. It always goes down
Hell
smooth.
yeah, I'll take
Yeah.
it in. This
Hey, all you
I
cool
was
cats and
I was
kittens.
watching Old School recently, man. I was on Netflix. They added it. It was fucking hilarious, man. Fucking Will Ferrell.
Oh, he's great in that movie. There's only a
Yeah.
few Will Ferrell movies that I can watch.
Yeah.
That are any good. Like, I really can't stand him. Like,
What?
I can see
know.
why.
He's annoying.
I felt the same way when I
mean
but
Chad
before
from Red Hot
I
Chili
really
Peppers?
got into him, and like I was like, no, like I like his style, but like at times, yes, I do. Yeah, I could see why you and others would feel that way, like him like being annoying or just like what the fuck you doing, man?
Right.
It's
What-
just like
What is
just
it about
doesn't
him
work.
that are you like? Would you say that you're a Will Ferrell fan?
Yeah, I guess what stands out about him for me personally is just his, I guess, similar, I guess, like observations or how you would respond to certain things and just and I don't know, just his energy and certain things. It's fucking it's hilarious. Like I don't know. I can kind of relate. That's the only way I can say
It seems like he can play the same type of character in every movie, right?
Yeah, I could.
So
He
is he
tones it
really,
down
is
a
that
little
really
bit.
acting then?
He tones it.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Well, like that's just.
well, maybe in that
yeah,
one,
that's
is it Stranger?
true.
That's not Stranger Than Fiction. Is it Stranger Than Fiction?
Yeah.
He did
I
some
don't
know.
good
Yeah.
acting in that movie, I believe.
Yeah.
But I can get it. Like in Old School, it's the same actor as in. It's just juice up his character in Old School, and he's Ron Burgundy. You know what I mean? Tone
Yeah,
it down
see,
a little bit. And
Anchorman
Ron
was a
Burgundy.
hard watch. Like
What?
I
Really?
it was
I
it was
love
Great,
it,
man.
man.
I get it though. It could be a hard watch, I
it-
guess.
like
But-
to watch. Like I could watch it again and it's funny. Anchorman 2, I can't watch it all.
Damn.
I've never seen Zoolander. It looks stupid as fuck. Like I could not watch that
Yeah.
movie.
It's hard.
Old
That's hard to
School
watch.
is fucking hilarious.
And what about
Yeah.
Step Brothers?
Step Brothers is all right.
That's fucking great.
It's got some quotable moments in it.
Boats and Hoes, man.
But I
Right there.
Will be your fucking best T-Rex.
my favorite
and Roxbury.
no, see that's another one. Fucking
Chris
it's,
Kattan.
yeah. Would you like to buy some
Really?
cookies?
Really?
No, Talladega Nights.
That's fucking good.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Oh, that's your favorite
I
one?
love that movie.
Ricky Bobby.
Yeah. What, he's got two first names?
Hey, is that a Huffy?
Man, R.I.P. Michael Clark Duncan.
There's a fucking cougar in the car.
That's fucking great. Yeah.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Yeah, Talladega Nights.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a great one. That's probably the only one I could watch over and over again.
Yeah?
I really do enjoy that movie.
Like another one
I'm
is
all hopped up on Mountain Dew.
another one is Semi-Pro.
Never seen
Never
it.
seen it.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know it. I watched
Yeah.
parts of it.
That
It looks
one,
stupid. Blades of Glory looks
yeah.
dumb as fuck.
Oh
I can't
yeah,
watch it.
that's hard to watch. And he did that one with Rachel McAdams, a Netflix one, like Eurovision or Euro, like it's based on in Europe, like it's kind of like their own like American Idol
Oh,
type
really?
thing.
No, I've
and,
never heard of it.
And yeah, it's Will Ferrell, Rachel McAdams. They're a duo, music
I
group.
do like Rachel McAdams.
And just fucking beautiful. And
Yeah.
and what the movie was like the first half was great.
Yeah.
And then I shit you not, the last half's like, what the fuck happened to this film?
Mm-hmm.
What
was the best.
what was going with this pace is like it was disappointing. Like,
Was it?
I was just ashamed.
Yeah, I mean,
You're just an impatient person.
No, I was giving it a chance. If I was impatient, I watched the
Did you
whole
watch Bewitched?
thing. I finished
No,
it.
I have
To
not.
tell me that I'm impatient, I finished the fucking film, then made my
judgment,
conclusion.
yeah.
But yeah,
which is surprising
I-
because like I hesitate to go to anything with you that I think that you might not like because I know how you react to things that you don't like.
Because he's going to talk over it and he's going to ruin
Yeah, or
the
he'll
experience
just
for
get up and leave and go do something
you.
else.
He did that at the Blink-182.
I know. That's why I don't invite him to movies
you can't
and shit.
judge one fucking on
did,
everything
though.
else.
He did,
though,
though.
man.
I mean,
But you did that.
You're still what was it, like 20 years ago?
2002. Yes, sir.
Yeah, 20 years ago.
May
Oh my
11th.
God,
May
God.
11th.
So you're telling me that if we
You're
went
still
to
gonna hold that on me.
you're telling me that if I was like, hey, Paul, I got an extra ticket to this movie. Let's go to this movie. And you didn't like the movie 10, 15 minutes into it. You're like, this is fucking dumb. You wouldn't just get up and like go to the arcade. and
No,
play-
he would put his headphones on.
Okay, look, yeah.
He would put
yeah,
his headphones
that,
on.
Yeah,
Like
that,
an asshole.
That, I had a soundtrack. I've had maybe a handful of times where I did see a movie in a theater and I walked out, but it's hilarious. Like The Proposal with
You walked out of that?
With
Sandra
Ryan
Bullock?
You know
Reynolds?
what? You know what's hilarious? You know when I walked out of it?
Where?
The last 5 minutes of it. I couldn't take it anymore.
That's a good
That was
movie.
like it was just.
And Betty White's in there, you heartless bastard.
This is a fucking mean fucking.
damn it.
Fuck
Get
that.
She wasn't
Get out.
redeeming enough for the.
No, exactly.
You really wanted to see a nude scene
No.
from Betty White. I get it.
No,
I
it
get
just. I was trying to give it a chance, but like it was getting like really annoying. It's like, oh, I was just being patient. It's like, man, this is like.
It was PG-13, Paul. That nude scene was
No,
never
I don't.
coming. Come on, man.
Somebody was coming.
It didn't. Last 5 minutes, like I'm gone.
The last 5 minutes though. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, come
I
on.
stood. I endured almost all of it, but the last 5 fucking minutes.
So it was a horrible
What
movie
does that
for you.
say?
then. It was a horrible movie for you.
No, because like there was
It
some
was a
parts that
decent
were
movie.
funny I liked, but the pace was like what it just wasn't consistent for me. Like it just I don't know. Like I was just holding out to see like well how how's it gonna end and like and also what can they redeem themselves
Yeah.
from the fucking these previous scenes or whatever. And just like I had enough. I was like, "Fuck this, man!" And like I was I was legitimately like upset. Like I fucking left. I was like, "Fuck this, man!"
Oh,
I never forgot that.
that's obviously.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I could see
I could tell.
He just went back in his car and watched some Third Rock from the Sun.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Why would I do that? But yeah,
Well,
till the movie's over. Yeah.
exactly.
I could just go home. But yeah, I ended up doing that. Yeah.
Why not just like yell at people in the fucking theater? Just like, I mean, just if you're gonna be an asshole about it, just be a blatant asshole.
Well, how am I an asshole? I was keeping it myself.
And that's
The only way I would do is just I would squirrely or just like get on my phone and just start squirreling.
That's
and
one
shit.
thing I'm never gonna do again because
What's that?
being
Squirreling?
older. When you say yelling in theaters, like Meg and I went to opening night for Jurassic World Dominion.
Oh yeah, that was good. I like that movie.
Did you?
Yeah.
Get the fuck
Yeah.
out of here!
Well,
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm a pretty.
All right, okay.
I mean, it's a pretty low bar when it comes to
Yeah,
movies like that.
but
so.
like it's opening night, and then obviously a bunch of kids and their teenagers and everything, and just being obnoxious, and it was a
Oh, was
bad
it?
experience.
So there's I like those movie theaters that like you can pay an extra $1 or $2 and get like they only sell tickets to people that are over 18.
Oh really?
Yeah, there's a with that place over there in Cinco Ranch off of 99.
Alamo Draft House?
No, it's the big place that looks like the Greek.
Oh, you're talking about
Pantheon
way
Parthenon.
back in like 99 by
Yeah.
Gallery Furniture.
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
you're talking
yeah.
about. Is that a Star or something? I
It
forget.
used to be like a.
I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah. So I remember me and Melissa went on a date there one night, and they were like, "Do you want an adult only showing?" And I was like, "I don't know what that means." They're like, "We don't sell tickets to anybody under 18," and I was like, because there was a bunch of kids running around in the lobby, and I was like, "Yeah, an extra $1 or $2 a ticket, and you only will sell them to adults." And they're like, "Yeah." It was the best idea.
That's great
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, I
I'll
was like,
pay
I
that.
will fucking pay extra to go to a movie that I know won't be fucking interrupted
Yeah.
with punk ass little kids.
Yeah.
But see, but they'll sell tickets
I
to
would
Paul.
agree.
So how do you get out of that?
Well,
Fuck
like
you.
yeah, but I feel like Paul.
I'm saying because you can get obnoxious in movies.
yeah,
Obviously,
but I think
But
that he's
hey,
old
but
enough
I-
now
okay,
that he wouldn't do that.
or Cliff.
Yes. I've fucking settled down. Hey, look.
Time
look.
out.
No, listen. Hold on. I go. The past 2-3 months, like I went to I went with my dad and my brother to go
Yes.
see some movies.
of course.
And I'm engaged and watching the
I get
film.
that. I get
I'm not
that.
saying much. But my dad, my brother, I have to constantly remind,
Fair.
hey, keep it down.
Perfect example. What I'm talking
Like,
about.
I'm just
Doesn't
saying,
matter
like,
if you pay the extra.
Huh?
It doesn't matter if you pay the extra. That's what I'm trying to get. Okay, maybe not Paul.
Yeah.
But where do we get Cliff and
No,
Michael?
no.
coming in?
Okay, I was just saying the fact that like you saying like I'm gonna be and talk and whatever. I'm just going on that fact.
Do you remember there was a bottle of Crown Royal in the
Oh,
movie
God.
theaters experience? I don't want to hear that shit, Paul. Okay.
What?
That's why I said he's matured. He's gotten older. He's not going to do that now.
Until there's alcohol involved, then
Shrooms.
okay, well, same
Shrooms.
shit. Okay.
Get it right. Things are updated.
Okay.
Yeah, but would you do that on shrooms? I feel like you're a little bit more sedate when you're on shrooms.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
But see, the thing is, like,
Depends. How-
what hit me, and like I couldn't help but like my mind just the ideas and just the thoughts of just seeing how I perceive things. I would probably slip a little, just me talking to
yeah,
myself
exactly.
and just enjoying it,
Oh,
But
yeah.
either way, like you said, like there is a sedation, like to where like it's very it's tamed. Let's
Same.
put it that
Controlled.
way.
I guess
Yeah.
you could say.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh yeah. And I can't wait to get some more. I miss it so dearly.
Amen.
It's been
Close
3
your mouth,
months.
You know, so
2 months since I.
oh really? I thought
done
you were
it.
doing it. I thought you were high right now.
No. Well, no, I microdosed earlier. Yeah, like
know what that
that's
means,
not, that's
but,
not the same. It's just tiny amounts of.
I didn't ask what it was. I
He
just said
sprinkled a little bit on his chicken.
Yeah, there you go. Chicken. Yeah.
So,
Garnished it.
I will say this: a guy that I just met that was running sound for us was having like a friend of him on Facebook afterwards because he did a really good job. I wanted to keep in touch with him, so like we were talking, and he was complaining. He kept going to the ER for stomach pains and shit like that, and they were not finding anything wrong with him and kept sending him home. And I sent him our CHS or whatever it is, that cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome, that episode, and I told him to research or whatever. And he messaged me later, and he was like, dude, this is what it is. He's like, I stopped smoking weed, and like I felt better like within a day.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Damn.
So that's another person that we know like that's happened to.
Yeah.
And I mean, but for you, like you didn't, like, it wasn't a permanent thing for you. They said anytime you do it, you could re-experience symptoms though, right?
Yeah. Like you know, we're talking about this. So like a lot of it's all anecdotal stuff, and it's not, you know, because the government not funding it and studies it, but it comes in waves supposedly. Like for me, it only lasted like 15 hours. Some people say it lasts some days, weeks, months.
Yeah, but like what I'm saying is
Like
like
an episode.
it like it would trigger every time you smoked, right?
No. Like, see, that's the thing. For the average person, like, that's dealing with that, like, yeah, it would trigger it, either smoking it or just even secondhand, just smelling it.
Oh, really?
It would fucking trigger, and they would have an episode.
So how do you keep from having episodes?
Just completely abstain? You know, like you can't. You just. From what I've come to my conclusion.
But that didn't help. I mean, but you didn't abstain completely.
Yeah. Well, honestly, the thing is, like, I think I might have figured out how I fixed that problem. I don't want to say it. Seriously, because I don't want to give, you know, bad advice or anything. Like, I really do.
It worked for
like,
you.
I just, you know, I was doing some research and trying to, like, just trying to find a common denominator, something that was missing or depleted in my body, and just the what's it called, your the receptors, your cannabinoid receptors. Mine was severely it was burnt out, and that was a lot to do with CBD oil, and I was taking a fuckload and like super high concentrated, you know, drops, like really high shit, like the strongest you can fucking find. And I was doing that for months, and I noticed, like, and I think it also has to do with the vape carts when I was doing it too.
Yeah.
That was part of it as well. But like I like to attribute to my conclusion, like it was mainly the CBD oil, because like I was
so doing that on top of smoking pot.
Yeah,
was,
okay. But
gotcha.
I was doing that a lot more than I was like the vaping.
Gotcha.
You know, like and doing the research, people were saying like it you know, you overexhaust you exhaust your cannabinoid receptors, and what happens is they it reacts. So like it's fucking, it has no defense. There's no armor. It
So,
doesn't, you know.
Here's something interesting, because I was watching. I finally watched this documentary. It's on Netflix. You can watch it if you want. It's called Soaked in Bleach. It's like it's a documentary like the last days of Kurt Cobain. And
nice.
You know, it doesn't really talk about this much in this documentary, but one of the things that like Kurt always talked about was why he did heroin was because he had these debilitating stomach problems.
Yeah.
And I really feel like I read his biography. I don't know if it's an official biography or not. It's called Heavier Than Heaven.
Yeah.
So if you have it, that's on your reading list. If you want to check out a really good book, like that's a really good book. And it details, I mean, it's super detailed into the life of Kurt Cobain, and like all his personal journals and writings from when he was a kid. And they talk about like, you know, people psychoanalyze his writing and his, you know, just a lot of different things. And people who the guy who spent like 5 or 6 years researching and writing this book. But I think that the whole thing, like, I'm pretty sure that Kurt had hyperemesis syndrome and was medicating it with heroin.
Yeah.
And like it was just a it was just a nonstop cycle.
Yeah, and honestly, you know what? Like when I went to the doctor, like they were giving me like morphine, you know, like very fucking, you know, just not much. Like it just they were holding back, and the pain would subside. Like it would, you know, 1 to 10. It would just go down to like a 4, and then eventually rise back up to 8 or 9. It was high, and then I you know, after, you know, like 14 hours of fucking enduring this shit, I request is like, hey, could you give me a narco so I can go to sleep, and like see if that'll do it to me. I took that narco. 45 minutes later, the pain gone. See. Heroin based, you know, narcotics, you know, like so I can
it has to be an opium based narcotic.
Exactly, yeah. So I think it has something to do with that, like to fucking to pretty much I guess neutralize what that fucking pain. Like it just oh god, I couldn't believe it. Like it was like I said, it was like 14 hours or whatever, how long it was. And it periodically dosed me with fucking goddamn morphine. That shit wasn't working. And then I pop one fucking narco. And then,
but morphine is an opiate. Like, So, like, I mean, they probably just weren't giving you a lot of it.
Yeah, it was very minimal.
Yeah, and I think, obviously, like, Kurt Cobain was, like, doing a lot of heroin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
right.
But, this
wasn't enough to fucking...
The documentary, it's called Soaked in Bleach. It's about so Kurt went missing, right? Like in the last couple of days before he died.
Yeah.
He at the behest of court, they had an intervention on him, right? And then he was like, fine, I'll go to rehab. And he was supposed to go to this rehab for like 2 weeks or something like that. He was there for like a day and a half, and then he left.
Yeah.
And he didn't just leave, like he like jumped the back wall and like left, and they were like, you know, Kurt, you're here voluntarily. You could have just walked out the fucking door. And he jumped the wall. So he jumps the wall of this garden, right? This is what I find hilarious. He jumps the wall of this garden. There's a gate with a door that's not locked, like right next to it. He could have just walked through. You know what I mean? But like, so anyway, it talks about like when Kurt went missing, Courtney Love hired a private investigator, and he started investigating, you know, what happened to Kurt, what's going on. And like, he started uncovering a lot of like weird things. Like Courtney was supposed to be detoxing at this hotel, but she was just getting high all the time. And he was going looking for guns, you know, Kurt's guns and, you know, things like that. Anyway, the conclusion that he made is that the story that Courtney Love presented is not accurate. The story is like, he basically came to the conclusion that either Courtney killed Kurt or she had him killed, and hired a private investigator to kind of cover her tracks.
Damn.
For what reason to kill Kurt, though?
Because he was about to divorce her. And if he divorced her, they had a rock solid prenup. She would have gotten nothing. But if he died, she inherits the entire estate, tens of millions of dollars of music royalties.
And she would have not been an actress.
Exactly.
Oh, God.
Interesting.
Damn.
Interesting.
So yeah, there and the other thing is like they found all these. The private investigator was like, I ransacked their entire house 2 days before Kurt's body was found. He was already dead, but he didn't know. But like, he's like, I went at night in the rain with Kurt's heroin addict buddy, and he was showing me around the house. And like, he's like, I looked everywhere trying to find, because Courtney told him to find Kurt's gun. Like, she knew that he had bought a shotgun, and he was, because somebody had somebody robbed their neighbor or something like that. So he's like, I tore the house apart. I looked under the mattresses,
No gun.
under the pillows,
No gun.
could not find the gun. All of a sudden, after Kurt dies, Courtney's like, Kurt left me this letter, this basically a suicide note under my pillow. And he's like, no, Courtney, I looked under your pillows. You haven't been back in the house since.
Wow.
Where did this letter come from? And then they found all this stuff, like all these papers that look like somebody was like trying to like copy like trace Kurt's writing and like just took like out of his journal, like traced onto this paper like phrases that he had written in his journal to piece it together to sound like a suicide note.
Oh shit!
Man.
So Kurt never wrote the suicide
Yeah.
note. It's someone forged. This.
And then the other part of it
His
is like they say that like they did a toxicology report on him, and he had like, if you talk about somebody who does heroin all the time, they talk about like, okay, you could do like a normal person does like this amount of milligrams of heroin, right? Even a hardcore addict with a high tolerance would do like, I don't know the actual numbers, but let's say like you do like one shot would be like 100 milligrams of heroin. Right. So Kurt's body had 3 times that amount of heroin in it. And basically what they were saying is like, he couldn't have fit it into one syringe. Like he would have had to shoot up multiple times, and then he'd have to bake it, shoot it up, bake it, shoot it up, bake it, shoot it up, and then load the shotgun and then pull. They're like, there's no. He would have been so high, he would not have. Like, it would have killed. That would have killed him before he even had a chance to get the shotgun.
Yeah.
Damn.
I heard that he had so much heroin in him that there's no way he would have been able to pull that.
Yeah.
trigger.
You know, the thing is, I'm not saying it's not possible, but you know, narcotics and being on heroin usually. You don't be, I don't know, suicidal. Like, I don't know, like if you just, I mean, it is possible, but you know, you're in that state of euphoria. Like you feel so fucking good.
Yeah.
It's like, why would I think about doing that?
Exactly. Like if
It's
like
just-
heroin's not one of those drugs where you're just like, all right, I'm gonna get really fucking high and then I'm gonna kill myself. No, like when
Yeah.
you're that high on
Jesus.
heroin, you're not suicidal, and that's the thing. All of
Yeah.
Kurt's friends said he was not suicidal.
Wow.
Yeah.
But Courtney was like, look at his song lyrics. He was clearly suicidal, and like all of his bandmates were like, we've talked to him multiple times about that, and it was all. The book Heavier Than Heaven talks about like his writing style and interviews with him and people that were close to him, talking about like how he had like these multiple personalities kind of, but like he was like, he had Kurt, which was the rock star Kurt, and then Kurt Kurdt, that was his lyric writing Kurt. And that was like he would write in third person a lot of times.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? And like that's how he could separate himself from, you know, a lot of the you know, the different things that were happening.
Yeah.
And write lyrics like that. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I mean, Courtney came out and like if you look, the guy, this private investigator, has boxes and boxes of tapes that he recorded his conversations with her, and some of the shit that she says, you're just like, what the fuck, man?
Really? It's
Yeah, like it is like
This
you
needs to
watch
be
the
a
documentary
film.
objectively and just be like, okay, at the end of it, you're like, I think she fucking had him killed or she
this-
killed
Yeah.
him.
And this
then
is
at
on
the end,
Netflix?
yeah, it's on Netflix.
Oh,
It's
I'm
called
gonna-
Soaked
I
in
wanna-
Bleach.
You're selling me.
Yeah,
I
I'm
want to
gonna
watch
check
it.
it out. Yeah.
And then and this guy's not just a regular PI. He was a Seattle police cop. And then
yeah.
he became a PI. And so there's all this evidence and shit like that like the Seattle PD. So this is another part of like the cover up, right? So Seattle PD walks in, they see Kurt's body, right? They say like that he was barricaded in the room. He was not. There's pictures of the crime scene that they never have released to the public. They still refuse to release them to the public
Why?
because they won't. They say he was barricaded in this room. He was not. There was a table a foot in front of the door, the French doors.
Okay.
Okay, so they had to pop out a piece of glass to unlock the door to get into the little greenhouse room or whatever where he was at. Most of the evidence that they was never released. They closed the case. They closed the case as a suicide within 3 hours or some ridiculous like that of them finding the body.
That's insane.
And he had been there for days. Like there was
That is insane.
they didn't wait for toxicology to come back. They didn't wait for fingerprints to come
they
back.
closed
They
it
didn't
3 hours.
They were just like, "Oh, this looks like a suicide. Mark it down. Let's go home, boys."
Market 8.
Market 8,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah.
That's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, I mean, watch the
Wow.
documentary. Like, there's a lot of
sounds
weird,
fucking
like,
great.
shady shit, and then read the book. Like, you actually, I mean, if you're really that interested, read Heavier Than Heaven and then watch the documentary, because Heavier Than Heaven gives you a lot of backstory into Kurt's mindset. And he talked about the future a lot, and people that are suicidal don't talk about the future. You know what I mean?
Right,
like up in like just a few days before, his whole thing was he just didn't want to get clean. He didn't want to get sober because the heroin was the only thing helping his stomach pains. So he was like, I don't want to be like, he agreed to do it just because everybody was forcing him to, but like he left the rehab facility, not with the intent to, you know, kill himself. He just left because he was like, I'm not, no, he's like, I probably need to like figure out how to, you know, be more, you know, responsible with my heroin usage, but let me do a last hurrah and go do like a bunch of drugs and shit like that. And then, you know, like maybe I'll try to, you know, figure this out moving forward. Cause he was already had plans to write another album. He was planning on divorcing Courtney because this private investigator has recorded tapes of Kurt's lawyer talking about, Kurt had me draw up a will without Courtney in it. He had divorce papers drafted already. Like it was done. It was a done deal. But then Courtney was trying to get, like, she was convinced that Kurt was cheating on her, and like, man, it's so much drama and shit. Like, but once the lawyer found out that she was being taped, like, she kept having multiple conversations with them about it. And then once he said something about, hey, can you say that again for the tape? And she goes, are you recording these? And he's like, yeah. And she's like, fuck. And she hangs up and refuses to take any more of his calls.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Super sketch.
Yeah, she's a fucking character.
And she's living
her best life.
Living free and just doing,
Yeah. Courtney Love is a piece of shit. Always has been.
Yeah. God, that's terrible.
She was not too bad in Man on the Moon.
Was she in Man on the Moon?
People versus
People versus Larry. Oh, was she in that?
She was sexy in there.
I wouldn't call her sexy.
I mean, if you like the
she's good as a
like
she's good as a brunette. I like her as a brunette.
Yeah, there was a lot of drama with Kurt and Courtney, like especially when Frances Bean was born. Like she was born, like Courtney admitted in a Vanity Fair article that she had taken heroin while she was pregnant before she knew she was pregnant, and LA County took the baby from them for a number of weeks right after it was born. And she was like, as soon as I found out I was pregnant, I didn't do any more drugs. And you know, they proved that, but like, I mean, Kurt and Courtney are like Sid and Nancy, you know what I mean? But they without the tragedy of them, like of Sid like killing her and shit.
Right.
Damn.
That's insane.
Anyway, so that's about all the time we've got.
Yep.
So on that note, I have been Rob.
I am Jake.
Paul, baby.
Dude, quit doing that. That sounds like something like popping. Like
I know. It sounds
you know what I mean?
good though, right?
And we'll see you at Comicpalooza.
Energy.
The weekend of the 15th and the 17th.
Yeah, barely. Yeah. Barely gonna be there.
Yeah. You're barely
gonna be there.
Hint.
You're barely gonna be there.
Jesus Christ.
You're gonna be shroomed out probably on Friday.
Well, if I can get any, you know.
Yeah, probably not.
Jeremy, I need it, Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Source. Jeremy Wirtz.
Yeah. So he full named him.
Oh, so you full named him on the podcast and he's your drug dealer. Jeremy, feel free to kick his ass.
Healer.
Healer. Oh, he's your shaman.
Yeah. Fucking cunt. Is that what you did?
No, I did the fucking diabolical.
Oh, okay, nice. That's still cool in the background.
How many goes do we have in this outro?
Before
it burns out.
How many have we done?